Hey guys, here we are again, and this of course is the Commodore Colt PC. I actually did a full review of this machine a few months ago, so if you're interested, check out that video. I'll put a link somewhere. But this is just kind of an update on this machine because I recently updated it a little. I also want to say this is going to be a two-part video. So the first part I'm going to talk about what's happened with this machine, and then the second part of the video is going to be my first sort of pickups video. So if you want to go skip to that part, I'll put the little link thing down in the description. You can skip to that, or if you just want to watch through or just see the update on the Commodore Colt, I'm going to do that right now. So here's my Commodore Colt. Like I said, I did a review on this earlier, and basically what I did to this is I finally got to add a hard drive to it. And if you remember from the video, if you didn't watch the review of this machine, it uses a weird like 8-bit IDE interface. There weren't many drives made for that specific interface. They're kind of hard to come by, but I lucked out. Local thrift store I went in one day, and for whatever reason they had like a pile of 286, 386, and 486 boards, and also like a scattering of weird old hard drives. And three of those drives that I found were these, and these are, sorry, it's a little hard to maneuver this thing. This is a Seagate ST35 ST351 AX. And this is basically the recommended hard drive if you're going to use the 8-bit IDE. It's a 40 megabyte drive. That's the biggest they ever made them in the 8-bit IDE, or XT IDE, 8-bit XT IDE, whatever it's called. And it's generally the quietest, most reliable of all the drives made for that specific interface. So I was really happy to find three of these things. Unfortunately, of the three, two, like this one, were dead, or corrupt, or just messed. It just didn't work. Computer wasn't recognizing them. Just didn't work. Thankfully, though, one of them did work, and it is currently in this machine. So right now, this machine's pretty much fully upgraded, with one snag. I got the cool 720K and then the 360K, and now I got the hard drive in here. The only problem is it's not at its full 40 megabytes capacity. It's only running at 10 megabytes capacity. There's two reasons for that. One is there's little, jumpers on it, and everything from what I read, if you do the jumpers, you can actually brick the drive. So I just didn't want to play with it too much, but I don't think it would help me anyways, because after doing some more research, I realized that I have an older BIOS chip in this thing, that I think it limits me to 20 megabyte drives anyways. So to fix that, I'd have to get an updated BIOS for this machine for it to recognize the full 40 megabytes anyways. Which may be the problem, because I'm pretty sure I set the jumpers right, but it's just coming up with 10 megabytes. But it's an achievement anyways. I'm just happy to have a functional hard drive in this thing, without having to use a controller or anything. So I haven't actually booted this thing up in a while. So this is going to be the first time it's booted up for a little while. I actually haven't used this machine since I put in the hard drive, which... The future of this machine is a little bit questionable, because as much as I love it and I love Commodore machines, I've been trying to make some space lately. I live in a small place. I've been trying to get rid of some machines. Unfortunately, the Colt may be on the chopping block, but I'm really on the fence about it, because I really like this machine, but I don't ever use it. I have that 8088 machine. That's like my main 8088 machine. So I don't ever really use this thing, but I really like it, so I don't know. I'm on the fence about it, but let me just show you the hard drive. And yeah, this is a Tandy. This is a CM5 monitor. This monitor is actually kind of going out on me, as in failing. Hold on, let me turn the light out. Alright, so here we go. It should boot up to the hard drive now. It's gonna count the RAM. Twice. I don't know why it does that. It does that weird. I think it's gonna give me a CMOS error though. Yeah, well, the battery's dead, so I just... And then boom, there we are. We're at the C drive. So, sorry, it's dark. Okay, so... nothing really on it. But yeah, there we go. Hard drive on the Commodore Colt. Yay! That's pretty much the update. Hello. Excuse this really boring shot for a minute or two while I just explain this part here. This is kind of like my first pickups video. I did a video earlier a couple months ago, 2 videos. They weren't really popular, but I just was kind of going through a box of games I had just for the heck of it. You know, I'm just trying to expand content a little bit here. You know, my bread and butter is still going over just classic computer rigs and systems and CPUs and stuff, but, you know, I kind of want to put out semi-regular content, so I'm trying to experiment and expand and try different things. So if you guys hate it, let me know. If you love it, let me know. I've kind of tried to avoid pickup videos. First of all, it's not really my thing, and second of all, I'm always afraid to... I don't want to come off as like braggy. These kind of videos for me, they're not meant to be like, haha, look what I found. It's just sometimes I get kind of excited to find this stuff and I want to share it. And also, I just want to show people that you can still find good deals in the wild. This is stuff I found at Goodwill. You know, anyone can find this stuff. It just takes looking and patience. So I know with prices, with games, computer stuff even, you know, they're always creeping up there, and it can be discouraging. So I just kind of want to do this to show that you can still find awesome stuff, you know, just going to Goodwill. So first of all, before I get into this, I want to thank a subscriber of mine, Jack. He's a cool guy. I met him locally, and he actually sent me a message on my phone that he found these, you know, he does a lot of thrifting too, and he found this box of Commodore 64 games at a Goodwill, and he let me know about it, and I went and picked them up, most of them, and just thank you for tipping me off to this. I really appreciate it. Couple games I've wanted for a long time and didn't really think I'd be able to get. So these are all Commodore 64 games. I'm not going to reveal prices, but these were in some cases substantially lower than what they go for on eBay. So first it was this game. This is Star Trek, the Kobayashi alternative, and this is kind of a weird text adventure game. I guess I haven't played any of these yet, but this is a really weird thing it comes in. It's almost like a notebook. Yeah, it's really weird. Reviews for this game, when I looked up, were not good. But it's a very interesting sort of Star Trek themed text adventure. So I'm actually really curious about this. This is a really strange box thing it's in. So this was a cool find, even though it's supposedly not a good game. It's just pretty cool. Second game that I got in this lot was Bubble Ghost. This is a game I wanted for a while on IBM actually, but this is the Commodore version. But the Commodore version, from what I've seen, looks pretty cool too. So I'm still really happy to get this game. There's not much in there, just a disc and a little manual. These these boxes that open from the top do not... Time is not kind to those boxes. I kind of like this box art, very kind of minimalistic. There's the bubble ghost. It's kind of like a puzzle game. You blow a bubble through like obstacles. I'm not going to spend too much time on these games. I'm just kind of go through them kind of quick. Now here's the other game in another completely smashed box. This was Ghostbusters for the Commodore 64, and it opens up. I don't remember a lot of older games doing this where you can open them up. I don't think this game came complete. There's just kind of the disc in there, and then this is sort of the instruction manual, but it's not really a traditional instruction manual. But I think it's mostly complete, but you know, there's like registration cards and stuff, I'm sure. But this box is trashed. But still, this is a cool game. I know like the NES version kind of sucks, but I think I remember the Commodore version being half decent. So that was kind of a cool find. And the price was right on that one too. I will point out though that I did not get these games for like $5.99 a piece. That would be awesome, but no, they were in the glass case. They kind of knew what they were, but the prices for these games were significantly lower than what they go for on eBay. So next was Commando. Of course, most people should know Commando from the NES. Very simple, arcadey sort of run and gun game. Commodore version apparently sucks pretty bad. There's only like 3 levels, and it really sucks. I'm not even gonna open this up, but price was right, so I grabbed it. One game I didn't grab was Shards of Spring, which was an RPG game, and it was all complete in the box. And I should have grabbed it. I collect RPGs. RPGs is like my thing, next to like maybe shmups and adventure games. But RPGs are at the top, what I collect the most. And I passed it up. I think I was in such shock because I did drop a significant chunk of change on these games. You'll see why near the end. So I was in a bit of like financial shell shock. And I was like, I'm just going to pass this game up. It was stupid. I should have grabbed it. I really regret not grabbing it. I actually went back later to the Goodwill and it was gone. So yeah, I regret not grabbing Shards of Spring, which was an RPG. I really regret that. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the 3 main games here that this was like what I was pretty excited about. Alright, so the first one was Might and Magic 2. Now, this isn't a particularly hard to find game or expensive game, but it is cool to find it like complete in box. This is what I consider one of the 3 big early CRPG series. It was Might and Magic, Ultima, and Wizardry. In my opinion, were like the 3 big early RPG series overall, not just CRPGs, but a lot of console RPGs that came later kind of got a lot of influence off these 3 franchises. So I actually have the collection of this, but this was the first one I have that's like the actual, you know, it's the actual thing. It's not like from a collection or compilation. So I'm pretty sure it's all there. I got the discs. This one came on 3 discs. This is a really nice, hefty kind of manual. Again, I don't want to go over this stuff too much detail. And there's it blended in. You got like the registration card stuff and the map. You don't get this stuff anymore. I miss this kind of stuff. This isn't even a huge box too, which is nice because it doesn't take up a ton of space and it still has like, you know, all this cool stuff in it. So there was that. That was exciting. Actually, I would have preferred. I wish I would have picked up Shards of Spring. I would have preferred that game over this just because it's rare. That goes back into my list of games I've stupidly passed up. Like Brandish. It's an RPG for the PlayStation 1. I remember going into GameStop, and the guy at the counter was like, "Hey, you like RPGs? We just got this one in. It's pretty rare." And it was really cheap at the time. It was like $14.99 or something. I was like, "Nah, I'll pass." Was it like an $80, $90 game now? I don't know. I just know it's expensive now. Kick myself for that. All right, there's the final 2 games, and these are the big ones. These were the awesome finds. Ultima 2. Terrible game, awesome box art. Also hard to find. This box is pretty messed up. It's not in good shape, but I cannot complain. It's Ultima 2. And I got it for a good price, well under what the eBay value for these things go for, even with the messed up box. And I'm trying to be careful here. It is complete as far as I can tell. So we got the discs. Third disc is actually, I'm missing this sleeve, but these are generic floppy disk sleeves. So, but there's the 3 discs. Player's guide thing. Manual. It's got a little bit of writing on it, but like I said, I can't complain. This is like this galactic chart. Cool stuff. And the cloth map. Cool. Just really cool stuff here. I just couldn't pass it up. This is just stuff you do not find at Goodwill anymore. I do find a lot of big box games at Goodwill, but stuff this old and this kind of like sought after, I don't find it at Goodwill. I had to jump on it. Alright, and now for the final game. This is the one that got me excited and made me, really jump on this lot. It's also the one that set me back the most and gave me a little bit of buyer's remorse for what I spent. But so this was well under eBay value, and that is Ultima 1. This is not the Apple II version. This is the Commodore 64 version. Still hard to find. Look at that box art. I love all this old fantasy box art on like RPGs. I mean, the box isn't in like 100% stellar shape, but just to come across this, just really cool. So as far as I could tell, it's all here. We have the disc. I'll get to that in a minute. We get the player's reference card. Cool stuff. The manual. No writing on it either. Much better shape than Ultima 2. This game didn't come with a cloth map. I mean, originally didn't. It came with these 4 like cardboard paper map things of the 4 continents. And then just, registration card, promotional stuff. And the coins. It's cool. I like how these old games like came with stuff. So it came with these weird like coins. 3 silver, 1 gold, 1 copper or bronze. Weird Ultima coins. So yeah, I mean, to find it complete, that's pretty amazing. So yeah, that was my Commodore 64 haul from last week. So let me know what you think about these pickup videos. If they're mildly interesting, I'll do more. Not a lot. I mean, maybe once every month or something like that. Maybe like, at the end of the month, like what did I find in that month? If you guys like this stuff, I'm just trying to expand my content a little bit. I know a lot of people do like, pickup videos, so just let me know in the comments if you thought this was entertaining. So again, thank you for watching. If you like these videos, subscribe. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I'm glad I'm entertaining people. Thank you again. Have a good one.